Christmas goes on. Once again, Bobby Las Vegas here. Bobby Las Vegas presents bourbon tasting. We're going to do something a little different today. Brought over a couple of buddies of mine. Got my friend of mine, Jason. Buddy of mine, Hal. And we're going to try some very good premium bourbons. There we go. Got everything out. And we're going to see how it goes. So first we're going to start off with Angels and Envy. All right. I'm going to tell you guys, I love the look of this bottle. What do you think?
I like the wings on the back. You can't. I don't know if you can see it in your camera here, but the wings on the back.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like the back.
Some people said it looked like a casket. I just loved it. Now the one thing that's catching me off just a little bit is the color. Usually with the premium bourbon, it's usually a little darker, more of I wouldn't say reddish, more of burgundy type color. To me, it feels a little lighter. With this one, this is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon finish. 43% alcohol by volume, comes out to about 86 proof. So it's definitely got a little kick into it, but we're going to taste it and see how it is. You gentlemen ready?
This looks like it's a limited reserve. This is numbered bottle.
Yep.
9771. This should be fun.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
It was flying off the shelves. I'll let you know that when I picked it up. This is a little Christmas gift for old Robbie.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So let's just remember, this is sipping. We are just sipping.
It's more like a shot, but we're good.
Very nice.
Oh, Rob's trying to get us drunk.
No.
You're going to take advantage of us later, Hal.
Only if we're lucky.
All right, to the departed.
Now's the of you.
Cool. Yes, indeed.
What do you think of the initial scent of it?
It's very bright.
Yes. It's
It almost feels like it needs to breathe a little bit.
Okay, I agree.
It's got that little bit of a burn in your nose. You know
It's
what I mean?
86 point. What is that? 86.6 proof.
Right.
Oh boy, we lost one already, guys.
Ooh,
That's got a bite to it.
it's
Got a little bite to it.
Ooh, yeah.
Does
Little
it-
burn down the chamber.
Last time I had a burn like that. Well, never mind.
Never mind.
All I want to say is Tijuana.
But actually, it's surprising. It's smooth across the tongue. It's the nose that gets you. If you
The nose and the throat. They get you right in the back of the throat.
Now, we don't have any out there today. I always consider premium liquors, especially the darker ones. I like to hold them for a cigar. Would you see this as a cigar sitting bourbon?
I think it needs a little more body for a cigar sitting bourbon.
Okay.
It's smooth, but it's got that burn.
Got a little bite?
Your initial assessment with the light color of the bourbon.
Yeah,
I think
it's not as smooth as he's
it's
sitting
not
there.
as smooth and full bodied as you would expect if you're gonna smoke a stogie.
And one thing I appreciate about better aged bourbons, especially the darker ones, they always tend to be a little bit more sweeter. I don't see this one as being
There's no
sweeted.
There's no sweet taste to that.
But it's smooth. It's got a nice texture to it. It just doesn't have the body that you would expect kind of behind it to give you that flavor across the palate.
Now, of course, we're also drinking this at room temperature. It might be good over ice. A little colder.
I don't know, man. I think if you put ice with it, it would actually it would make it even less full bodied.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It would weaken it.
Yeah,
We weaken it.
Yeah.
So, lovely bottle. I'm a little so about the color. I like the taste, but just like you said, it's not grabbing me.
Yeah, not quite.
I mean, it's a premium one. It costs quite a bit of change.
Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't drink it. It is.
We would drink it.
We would definitely drink it.
Maybe later in the evening.
But if I was
maybe a little later in the evening after you've had a few.
So, what would you consider the occasion for drinking something like with Angels and Envy?
Angels Envy, I think would be so. I don't know that I would finish the evening with it. I think it'd be a good evening starter. You kind of getting ready to gear up for a nice evening. You know what? You want to tune up a little bit. You get started with this.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that would be.
And then you
move
go
on to a
into
nice sipping whiskey or bourbon, I should say.
Okay.
We call this a segue.
Yes.
So we're saying Angels and Envy is good, but just not.
You don't finish the evening with it. You might start the evening with it though.
Okay, I don't like the 10. I like something a little bit more refined. 1 through 5.
It's a 6 for me. It would be.
I said 1 through 5.
Oh, 1 through 5? Oh, I said 1 through 10. I apologize. Let's go like a 3 then. How's that?
I'm
It's
pretty
a
much at a
mid-range
3 too.
I give
whiskey.
you the 3.
I think it's a 10.
I believe for
Or a Jason scale.
Sorry. I've had too many already. Okay.
I believe for the bottle, the presentation, and the flavor, it's close to the bottle price. I'm not going to say what it is. You got to find out on your own. But it's still a 3.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's a
believe
solid 3.
It's a solid 3. All right, we'll go on to the next one. Okay, next we're going to start with another small batch. We're going to start with, but we're going to continue with the 1792. Just looking at the bottle, I love it. It reminds me of a nice, almost like a cognac bottle, and you can see the difference
It is a little
in the
darker.
color.
You know, the black label
Let's
might
do
be.
it. Let's do it like this. Let's see if that. I don't know.
It's a little redder.
Yeah.
It's a little redder than the other.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely got more of an amber color to it.
Now this is something I appreciate more just on spec, just on site. Love the bottle. Like if I didn't know anything and know this was a bourbon, just looking at it on the side, I would think this is some type of good cognac. I mean, looking at that red color, looking at the top, it's really nice. Small batch 1792. I'm gonna have more of a description in the comment section. So let's see how this one goes. But how do you guys like the bottle?
It's a nice looking bottle. It looks good on the shelf. Looks good on your display.
So this is more of a functional observation. This is less likely to tip this way. They're both as likely to tip this way, but it's a solid base. You know what? You sit down at the beginning or the middle of the evening. You have one or two. You make a little oops. This is more likely to go. You know, but then you get oops. No, there's no oops there. Look at that.
Okay.
That's. You know, it's more of a
What
functional
you're saying is that
observation.
when you're drunk, you can actually handle that bottle better.
Not that anybody who would participate in this kind of an activity would ever get drunk.
No, we've never, ever.
Once again, the
done that.
nice cork top.
Ooh, what's the?
Yeah, how's this cork smell on
It actually smells very nice. It does smell
that?
pretty
Smells
nice.
a little sweeter. What do we got?
Did you put some in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put a little more. How about that?
There we go.
But you guys were
Okay.
saying before the other one was
Now, see, that already has
Oh,
more
that
body to
it does. It's very, very nice.
and it doesn't go up and punch you in the back of the throat like that
No.
first one did.
Yeah.
You know that
It's
you kind of go,
1792.
ooh, very fine. It's sweeter, I can tell you that right
It
out
is.
of the
From
gate.
smelling it.
Yeah.
You can-
It's definitely sweeter right out of the gate.
This is closer to what I appreciate in a good bourbon.
Now this you dip your stogie in.
Right.
This you dip your stogie in.
This is all right.
Oh, it's got a nice smooth little burn. It's a little oilier than the other one.
Yes.
This is smooth. I mean, this thing floats.
Yeah.
I mean,
It does.
almost no bite back.
No.
Now, with the price point of the Angels and Envy,
Angels Envy, yeah.
I was surprised on the bite back. Like at first, I was going to hold off on saying about that. This is smooth.
Yeah, no.
How does this compare in price to the other one? Don't tell the price, but I mean, what's the price?
It's very close.
Is it?
Is it?
A couple of bucks under.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's still in the.
So, I'm sure there's a lot of it that goes with like your personal taste profile, right? So different strokes, different folks. Some folks may not. My darling wife, she's not one who appreciates sweet,
Right.
right? I'm definitely one who appreciates a little more sweet, right? So if you like a little bit of a sweeter taste to your bourbon, then the 1792 is definitely going to be sweeter than the Angel's Envy.
Yeah.
There's distinctly less bite just if you breathe it
Oh,
in,
yeah.
right? It doesn't. I coughed on the.
Yeah, that first one. That first one kind of got you on
It was
the smell.
not my smoothest moment, right? But this has definitely got.
See, this is
It's got more
this
body.
is nice.
This would be good cold.
I mean, this I can drink.
I can
cold,
drink this cold.
hot, whatever. I mean, that's just a nice flow. That's
But
really
when
nice.
I'm drinking whiskey, I like it cold. And you might be right on that first one. It may thin it down too much and make it less of a nice drink. This would be a nice drink.
Yeah.
You could get away if you're one who appreciates like a drop of water. You could put a drop of water in this. It would float across the top. It would emulsify, and it wouldn't ruin the palate all with just a like I said, just a drop of water. And it's fine without it, depending upon how much of a punch in the mouth you want. If you want a little bit of this, you don't need the water. But I think
And it sticks around.
yeah,
Nice
that
taste.
sweet, like it's. I don't want to say rosy. What's the word I'm looking for? It's got like a. It's
I
a
don't know.
sweet. It just it sticks around. The nice taste sticks around.
Yeah.
The first one was like, let's get this thing down and get
Well,
to the next one.
the first one, it doesn't stay with you. I think
Right.
that's what you're trying. This has a little bit more oil to it, so it kind of coats your tongue. You get that full experience across the palate.
This is all right, man. I mean, I really like this. This is going 1 through 5. This is getting close to a 4.2, almost a 4.5. I mean,
Yeah.
this is really nice. I'm gonna keep this one definitely stuck up
If
on
we're
my
on a
mantle.
1 through 5 scale, I would say it's at least a 6.2. I would definitely say it's a 6.2. Yes, I agree.
Nah,
Yeah.
this is up there.
Now, this is by far the preferable of the two, and to go with our earlier sort of like when in the evening, if you're doing a sampling throughout the evening and you want, this would be a good finisher.
Yeah, this is definitely a finisher. I mean, I can see myself chilling by the fireside with a stove. I mean, this is easy. This is just makes you feel good, just nice and easy. All right, we're gonna bring up something that's just a little bit more harsh.
Little bit.
A little bit. It's supposed to be smoother. Definitely going to be a little harsher. So what's first? I mean, I only got the 3.75. A lot of people like this. Got this during Christmas time. This is heavy duty, premium. The Jack Daniels,
Single barrel
proof. Now this one is actually,
This has got some alcohol content in it.
yes, it does. The alcohol proof on this one, I gotta even bring it a little closer to me. Sorry. Is that 65? Is that 65?
Dude, I don't have my glasses. I can't
me
read
see.
that.
I mean, we're talking 131 proof.
It
Yeah,
is
131. It's 60,
65.5. 65.5.
It's got. So let's take that sideways look.
I think it's, if you're going, I think it's almost like this. Color-wise.
I think it's closer
Yeah.
to the Angel.
It's definitely closer to the Angel's Envy than it is to the
1792.
But it's a distinct shade to the middle for sure. All right.
Give me 2 seconds here. I want to try something when we're done with that.
Okay.
Do a quick.
I want to do yours, but I want to compare the two. To see what the two, the black and the gold
Okay,
label.
so we're gonna start.
Do yours first.
Thank God I got a driver. See, I'm a drinker. Okay, so this one's 47 and a half. So we're actually gonna start with the black label, single barrel.
So Rob got me this for Christmas. It is the single barrel black label, and his was the single label or single barrel gold label. I want to see what the two compared
So,
in taste.
all right. Okay.
This has a sweet taste to it. A sweet smell, I should
Yeah.
say.
This definitely has a lower alcohol content because there's no punch in the throat.
No.
There's no punch in the throat on this.
Yeah.
This is
It's
much.
not
This
bad.
is a sweeter smell than the Angel's Envy.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a bite. There's a bite. There's a bite closer to Angel's Envy than the 1792. I'll tell you that right out of the
Yes.
gate.
Yes.
Even though the 1792 I think has a higher alcohol content, which is yet one more commentary on the 1792 as to how good a bottle that is.
Yeah, the 1792 is 46.85% alcohol, comes out to 93.7 proof.
And this
It's 47. So 47
47.
times 2.
94? Yeah. So it's very similar alcohol content, but I'll tell you what.
I like the taste of this one a little better than the.
You like this better than the 1792?
No.
Oh,
Than the
second-
Angel's Envy.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely better than the
yeah,
Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy.
I agree.
It's got more body. It's got more oil. It coats the tongue. It goes all the way to the back.
I'm kind of curious on what that Angel's Envy would taste like in a mixed drink.
It might go better, but that's a very expensive.
It is. It is.
That's a very expensive Manhattan. I've done something like that before, but that's very expensive.
Yeah, but I mean that might help with some of that kick in the back of the throat.
I mean, especially if you're doing something like a Manhattan, which I usually do. You know, you put a little bit of sweet vermouth, the bitters in it. You know, maybe even doing with an old fashioned might work well.
A whiskey sour.
Doing with something
That
like that.
would be a good whiskey sour. Angel's Envy would be a good whiskey sour.
Okay.
That last drink I took of that, I let it hit me in the back of the throat pretty good,
Yeah.
and it didn't affect me too bad.
Oh, really? That's interesting. It definitely gives me a bit more of a.
It's a little, yeah. Towards the end, I feel a
But it's
little
nowhere
punchy.
near the Angel's Envy.
Okay.
Angel's Envy hit me pretty hard in the back of the throat. Like, ooh, wait
Yeah,
a minute.
no, I can go, and it's not like I'm sucking down fucking horseradish or anything. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, F-bomb.
No, it's all good. We can do it. It's not bad. I like that. I've had
Now, I
that.
want to compare it to the gold label.
Here's where the fun
You better
begins.
get that down.
Now, I only got the 3.57 liter, but like I said, the alcohol content on this.
I'll get you.
No, it didn't.
He's just already anticipating this one.
Yeah, right.
He's gearing up.
But there's a word, and I can't think. It's something to do with like aspiration or something like that. But when
Like the color. Once again, for me, a lot of it has to do with the color, the aging. One reason why I love brown liquors more than white liquors is the sweetness, the charring of the barrel. It gives it a lot more flavor. That's why when you think of people who drink the vodkas, the gins, the clear rums, you're always adding stuff into it. The only thing I add into my bourbon or any type of whiskey is ice. You know, occasionally I'll make a Manhattan. But
so when I have 3 ways I'll do a good whiskey or a bourbon. One is with 1 or 2 drops of water.
okay.
Right? And that's usually for the oilier stuff, because it kind of mellows it out a little bit, especially when it has a high alcohol content that kind of bites you when you sniff it.
Yeah, it kind of calms that down a little bit.
It calms that alcohol bite down a little bit. Then there's the ones that you just drop in that nice cold stainless steel ice ball that's been sitting in the freezer, right? You know the one I'm talking about. And that's just to bring that temperature down, like you're talking about.
I like it cold. If I'm going to sip whiskey, I want it cold. Now,
But
that could be anything as just putting it in the fridge for a while, getting it cold
Sure.
and drinking it, not adding ice, not adding the water.
But on Rob's scale, we're talking 1 to 5. If I'm putting something 4.5, close to 5, it doesn't need anything,
Right.
No, I agree.
right? So right now, of the 3, doesn't need anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
But,
that thing's
but
big.
I haven't tried this.
Well, just the smell between the two,
This is sweet.
it is. It's sweeter than the Black Label.
It ranks up there in sweet smell with the 1792. Haven't tasted it.
It's got a little more of a hit to it. You
Okay.
can tell it's more alcohol.
That alcohol sort of
Yeah.
bouncing off the glottis there.
There's definitely more of a hit to it.
We also include this.
This is
and bring
this
in-
is the standard.
This is our
bear.
standard right now.
This is the
So
standard.
we need,
bear.
we need to start with that and see what can compare to that moving
like it.
forward. But this is our standard now, moving forward
Yeah,
to the
thi-
next round.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to put that one away. Small batch,
Yeah.
1792. I'm gonna have some bullet points in the comment section, so look out for it. So once again, Bobby Las Vegas with my friends Hal, Jason, coming at you. Little bourbon tasting. Have a great one.
Peace.
Have a good night.